Hello, everybody. It's great to be here one more time today. My name is Gary Fowler. I'm CEO, president, and founder of GSD Get You Done Venture Studios, a premier AI and quantum venture studio located in the heart of Silicon Valley. I'm a 17-time sure entrepreneur with several unicorns under the belt. I was on the original management team at Click Software, which was sold to Salesforce for $1.35 billion. Also, Eva.ai, an AI HR tech company I co-founded with Dr. David Jang. We believe at GSD that intellectual capacity is evenly spread, but opportunities are not. We are a family office. We are a GSD Reach AI and PR company, and we're also a development. Why? We create a 360-degree view of the company because we know that 90% of the companies fail, but we believe 100% can succeed. That's if you have the right operational expertise, access to capital, and networking contacts. With that, I'd like to introduce Gil today. From Toys R Us to AI Frontier, the B2B marketplace revolution. So I'd like to welcome each of you here today. My show is where I bring together the visionaries, the founders and innovations who are reshaping industries and redefining the future of business and technology. My guest today has lived through multiple waves of digital transformation, from the earliest days of global retail integration to today's AI-driven commerce revolution. Gil Bar-Lev is the CEO of HomeRoots, a rapidly growing B2B marketplace and aggregator transforming how businesses source and scale products in the modern economy. Gil began his journey as a software engineer and found himself at the center of one of the most important moments in retail history while leading a major global financial networking project for Toys R Us. During that time, he helped drive the technical integration between Toys R Us and Amazon.com, gaining a front row seat into the birth of the large-scale e-commerce. Since then, Gil has built and exited companies in e-commerce and now leads the next generation of B2B marketplaces, powered by AI, automation, data intelligence, and global supply chain. Today, we're going to explore the evolution of commerce from brick and mortar to intelligent digital services. And with that, I'd like to bring Gil on board. Hi, Gil.
Hey, Gary. How are you? Thank you very much for having me on board.
Yeah, so take us back to the early days at Toys R Us. What did the retail technology look like before e-commerce exploded?
Oh, back in the day, you're looking at the 2000 effect. There was a lot of cautious and concerns and doubts about e-commerce back in the day and the future. I will try my best to represent the theme or the line of thought at Toys R Us, where they were, their modus operandi was more of, let us stay on the back seat, on the back end of things, support Amazon on the back end, let Amazon take the lead to try to capture the customers. We will just be there on the supply side of things. And Amazon definitely showed them how it needs to
go. Good.
Yes, very good. So that was the theme when I first joined Toys R Us, and it shifted. It shifted, definitely.
How fast did it change, Gil? How fast did you notice that Amazon was going to clean them up and it wasn't going to be good anymore?
Man, from the first week I met Amazon guys.
Really?
The first week, you see the differences in the way they thought, operated, performed, executed, everything. Toys R Us was back in the day, it was led, and I'm not here to offend anybody, but was led more by an older age population that did not truly understand the world of e-commerce or did not have the proper vision, in my mind, to understand that world. And Amazon came forward with talent at the right age group that knows how to adjust to the market, and they were simply more visionary than Toys R Us. And I was happy that I was there to lead this project, that integration that took the toys category to where it stands today, because I found myself in many times, even though I came from the Toys R Us side of things, I found myself not once siding with the Amazon folks on the way things should move forward, on the algorithms, the strategic decisions, and all of that. And I just fell in love with the way they work. Fascinating.
So how long did it take you to realize that Toys R Us may not be in business, if based on what you had seen with Amazon?
It took me quite some time. It took me a while. I don't think at that time, when I was still in the midst of it, I don't think at that point in time I really truly captured
The power.
the power. I was in it. I saw it. Was fascinating for me. It was, listen, at that day, Toys R Us was a monster by
Oh, I
themselves.
remember.
Right? They were a monster. I personally, the first thing that I came to work on was consolidation of the entire financial transaction globally. And that's an enormous amount of billions of dollars flowing through the chain here.
Wow.
So for me, I never anticipated a giant like that fall. I never thought about it. I was disappointed at that time seeing the more of the cautious approach that they took on e-commerce. It's like they kind of played, but not really played, you know.
Mhm.
And I thought they were going to miss the boat, but I never imagined that missing the boat will.
Yeah, they missed the boat, they missed the dock, they missed everything.
Yeah, and that's why and then it led to some other series of events that and activities that eventually led them out of business. But yeah, it took me a long time to realize that. I don't
What
think at
was the
that
thing
point.
that they did? What do you think was the dumbest decision they did, besides letting Amazon be the front end? What else did they do? You said, "Boy, I can't believe they're doing this."
I think they took debts on themselves that they just could not repay. They restructured their financing in such a way that it didn't make any sense anymore. And eventually they had to say driven out of business by someone who acquired them.
Really?
Acquisition actually caused a lot of financial issues for them. But again, it's all started with the days that they kind of missed the boat, right? They listen, Amazon back in the day, they started with approach of data first.
Yeah.
They acquired a lot of data, and they knew exactly how to utilize that data. And they knew that it's funny because nowadays Amazon doesn't like retail arbitrage, but back in the day it was all about retail arbitrage.
Wow.
That's how Amazon grew. They
Now,
didn't.
Jeff Bezos.
If I met him, no, I never had a chance to meet him, not in person.
Boy, I'm surprised you didn't say I want to join Amazon.
No. At that point in time, they didn't have any opening in New Jersey.
Mhm.
They were more on the West Coast, and Toys R Us was in New Jersey, and I could not relocate for personal reasons. But it was, listen, I met some higher ups. Back in the day, it was at the beginning, relatively the beginning of AWS.
Mhm.
Not the AWS that we know of it today. It wasn't really considered a big cloud thing. It was more a series of APIs that were connected. And I'm glad that I was also part of that I helped shape a lot of those things. Listen, I fell in love with the company. But then throughout my career, I developed a love and hate relationship with Amazon.
Yeah,
There's a lot of admiration, but it's an interesting company, I'll say the least.
so you successfully exited an e-commerce company before leading your company,
Correct.
Home. How did that journey teach you, or what did it teach you about exiting and scaling a business?
One that you need to sacrifice a
Mhm.
lot. If you're not willing to sacrifice and work hard, you ain't gonna make it. The second thing is that you got to be consistent, and you got to stay focused on your targets. You can't spread too much.
Yeah, and that's everything, right? It's pretty much
Yeah,
everything.
that's everything, and that's the
Your
and,
lawyer, doctor, whatever. You
yeah,
can't be distracted. You got to surgically focus. So you're not going to win.
yeah, correct. And that's what I've learned. It's hard work, sweat. There's no magic. Just stay focused, persistent, and don't give up. If you truly believe in what you're doing, don't give up, because And I'll add one more thing.
Yeah.
Don't do it for the fame or fortune.
Yeah.
Do it because you really want to do it.
Now, how do you feel now that you have success, right?
I had, yes, and I still have, but we're still working hard.
That's
Still
good.
working hard on HomeRoots.
So, how many founders underestimate, Gil, operational complexity in e-commerce, in commerce in general. What are the main hidden challenges most people never see when you're working on some of the models that you have? So, how complex does e-commerce need to be, and how does a company take their company out and do what you did, right? And become the kind of company like yours. What do they need to do, right? Persistence is for sure, right? And never giving up. You can't give up.
So there's a difference between B2C e-commerce to B2B e-commerce. And my entrepreneurship, as far as alongside with my exit, and the topic was more at the B2B, B2C.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I had to exit.
Yeah.
And when I went into the B2B world, it's a completely different ballgame. A lot of the tools, softwares, marketing companies, everything that you know, or majority of what one might know, is really tailored towards the B2C space, not really the B2B. That's also one of the things that made it very extremely fascinating for me and intriguing, because I wanted to provide the path for the future for others to come and utilize what we're building to get into the B2B world. But it's a completely different ballgame. You got to be a lot more, have a lot more grit, be a lot more innovative.
Yeah.
Because you got to set the path, because there is no path. Not in the same way as the B2C world. Not even close. Not even close. So it requires a lot more work, a lot more innovation. You got to have a strong team by your side. You got to have the capital to support you. You can't just do it because you want to do it. And it's in many cases it's a tech play, tech and relationship.
So, what do you think? What separates marketplaces that scale globally from those that stall?
When I will say a market fit, product market fit, do you even have products? Do you provide a product, and the product is a platform?
Yeah.
Do you provide a product that both sides, supply and demand, want to use? Right? Do you have that? If you're not able to produce it or make it happen, then you're not going anywhere. Forget about international. You're not going even outside your town. Okay, that's the
Some
first thing.
people come out with schlocky tools and they try
Yeah.
to get companies or individuals to buy them, and then things didn't work.
Yes, it doesn't work. But you got to be ready to do things at first that don't scale, things that are just you have to go outside of your, I will say, comfort level.
Yep. Comfort zone. Yeah.
Comfort zone, to do things that both sides, by the way, want you to do, just in order to start getting traction, to get some interest.
Yeah.
I was always in the belief that if you make money, then there's more tolerance toward things. If you don't make money, nobody cares. You can have the shiniest product, nobody cares.
Yeah.
Make money, and they will be willing to some degree, forgive some deficiencies
Yeah.
that you may have.
Yeah.
Just make the money. Just think how you make the money. Same thing like investors. How do you make the money? That's it. Very simple.
Many founders underestimate the market complexity in e-commerce. What are some of the hidden challenges that people never see that are really important?
Tell you one of the mistakes that I've done. I'll come forward and say that I underestimated the amount of capital that is needed for building such a thing. So this is the first thing. Assess truly how much capital you may need, and put some cushion there in case things go south, because Listen, the past couple of years, things go south quite rapidly,
Yeah.
left and right. So you definitely got to be ready for that. That's one thing I will say. Second thing, leverage your network as much as you can. Don't be shy. You know people. You've been listen. If you're coming from I don't know, if you were a truck driver, maybe getting into finding a cure for cancer, maybe that's not necessarily your thing. But if you were a truck driver, you know something about logistics. You know people in logistics. You may have a passion for it. Leverage your network, build your user base through that, and just don't be shy.
The power, right?
Yes, yeah, that's the way you start. And I truly believe that I leverage a lot of my personal network at first. Again, they will be willing to work with you, give you feedback on your product, get a product market fit. They will be more loyal and more useful as far as building a product that really fits the market.
So why are B2B marketplaces historically more difficult to build than B2C marketplaces?
So it's a very good question, Gary. Extremely good question. I'll say that if you go out there to playbooks, how to build an e-commerce companies, or if you go out there and say, okay, I need an agency, they're going to help me because I don't have the skill set, or I need talent.
Yeah.
Anything, most of the things that you can acquire outside in the world, they're B2C agnostic.
Mm-hmm.
All of them. You don't see, okay, let me help you on the B2B marketing. Let me help you in B2B acquisition. There are a lot of things, but all those people eventually, most of them came from the B2C world, like myself. And no one really has a playbook. I think it's much more difficult because there's less platforms that can help you scale, which then becomes an opportunity. Because if you're able to crack the code and you become that platform, you're invincible.
That's great.
And numbers say that the B2B space in the e-commerce is give and take about 6 times larger than the B2C.
Oh yeah, I agree with you 100%. And
right?
people don't get it.
It's untapped. It's untapped world. So Gary, that's why I took the challenge on myself.
Well, you're doing a great job, but we got to get the Ferrari out of the garage.
Yeah, no, it's definitely driving. It's definitely driving. We just needed to find.
Silicon Valley support. It's unbelievable the kind of money I see there now, and the kind of deals I hear about. Because I'm there. I mean, it's like it's unprecedented. I had a friend of mine told me in the very near term that the money that he put in, several hundred thousand, is going to be $20 million.
Yeah.
Soon.
Yeah. Listen,
that's not a big deal. I invested in this too. Hey, listen, we're coming up to the top of the show, Gil, and then we can talk for a few minutes after we're done. What are your closing thoughts, and how do people get a hold of you?
Okay, so people can obviously find me on LinkedIn. Just search for Gil Barlev, HomeRoots. I'm sure you will find me. That's the best way to get a hold of me. Other than that, just go to homeroots.co. Ask to say that you heard me on the show, on Gary Fowler's show.
Yeah. And
that you're interested in talking more. So my team will put us together. That's it.
Fantastic. You're doing an incredible job, and we need to have access for everybody to be able to understand how to optimize all kinds of systems everywhere, and to do it in a way that's more human-like and hyper personalized in a way for you. So it's fantastic what you do. I appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule. And thanks to all of you for joining one more time. GSD presents Silicon Valley AI and Tech. My name is Gary Fowler, and I'm your host. Stay happy, stay safe, and stay healthy. And I'll be back to you again soon with another exciting edition. Thank you.
Thank you.